Alright guys, I am a tard and I forgot to hit record, but now I'm going to start over and begin with this tutorial. So what you want to learn about today is how to get the most amount of gold. I will be going over all of the resources, but I know gold specifically is has been highly requested basically. So what I personally use at Town Hall 12 to attack is Queen Walk Barch at Town Hall 12. Why you should be using Queen Walk Barch at Town Hall 12 to get the most amount of gold possible? Well, I'll tell you. If you have a strong queen, run it. Run the healers. The healers are very good and very effective with the Queen Walk, and this helps you reach the storages instead of just hitting dead bases. So this really helps. And that's really good at Town Hall 12. So if I was like Town Hall 10 or 9 or below and I didn't have a good queen, I would be strictly using only barbs and archers, no healers. I would be using 96 barbs, 116 archers, 6 wall breakers, and then I would use wizards instead of healers. And those I would still bring the same spells. I would bring 2 rage, 3 healer, 1 freeze. You don't have to use spells if you don't think it's fully necessary. I personally do because I'm Town Hall 12, so it's pretty necessary for me to reach the middle of the base that way. So the reason why Barch is so important to getting the most amount of loot possible is that you won't be using nearly as many resources. If you take a look at, like, let's just say you used E-Drags, look at that attack. 356 356 elixir in comparison to 248. So you're not using as much elixir per raid, and your armies finish quicker. Your armies finish in this case, so that said 23 minutes for that to train, and then E-Drags would take 41 minutes. Okay, so this is why you should be using Barch. You could raid more frequently, you could hit more dead bases, and yeah, I mean, I'll go right into the strat here in a little second as well, but I also wanted to let you know that your league that you're in is very important as well. If you are in a super high tier league, you're gonna lose a lot of loot quickly. You're not gonna fill your storages as much. There's a lot of benefits of staying low. You're not gonna, people aren't gonna be attacking you as much, so you're gonna hold onto your loot for longer. Okay, the only people that are going to be attacking you, if at all, I got the champions. I was in Masters 3 and I got the champions 1 the next day because people didn't want to attack my base. Okay, you're not going to be losing. You're going to be losing very little loot. You're not going to miss the loot that you do lose. I'll put it that way. You rarely get attacked, especially if you're a higher Town Hall level. If you're in Town Hall 12, I recommend staying in the Masters League. If you're Town Hall 11. If you're like Town Hall 8 to 11, I would say stay in the Crystal Leagues. The Crystal Leagues is where I found the most dead bases. It is extremely hard to find dead bases currently in Town Hall 12. Oh, I figure I'd touch on this super quickly as well. I do have a website that you're going to be able to access all this information that I've been working very, very hard on. It's not fully completed yet, but I will supply the link in the description below. If you want to access checklists, there's going to be checklists and step-by-step guides, priority upgrade guides that you can use, so you know exactly what to upgrade and at what time, and you know, all that good stuff. It's going to help you, so I recommend checking out my website below and use it as a resource as well, because I'm going to be releasing a lot of content to you guys here, and I don't want you to miss out, and I want to help you achieve your goals as quickly as possible. That being said, I'm going to hop right into the attack. So I'm in Masters 1 currently. Typically, I like to be around 3 or 2, but we'll just run this for now. I'm not going to hit this base. That's not enough loot, personally, for me. Now, this is a good base to hit. This is a good base to hit because there's a lot of loot. It's a little more of a challenge. Doesn't look like it's a dead base. But this is going to be my Town Hall 12 strat. I will be going over other accounts. So typically how I start this is with the Queen Walk. I'll drop my wall breakers to see if they knock anything out. Usually they don't. And then I'll drop my wall wrecker. And then my king, I usually typically like to place, you know, somewhere where there's a lot of loot around the collectors. In this case, I placed them over here. And then I just want to keep an eye on my queen for now, for a little while, let her create a funnel. And the way I do this typically is I try and knock out the eagle artillery as quick as possible. That's why I dropped her instinctually, without even thinking about it, on that left side. So the queen is doing good, took out the barb, and hopefully she's gonna go to that you know, eagle artillery here. Okay, there she goes. I haven't needed to use any spells yet, but typically speaking, it depends on how I'm feeling. Typically once that eagle is knocked out, I'll use an 8-finger method. I go over this method on my website, and I will be making a video on this as well. Oh goodness, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, so if I use that strat, I go all the way around the base with my barbs, okay, and then I drop my my archer soon after, and then I kind of randomly just drop my warden, and then I'll use his ability pretty quickly to make sure that no splash damage hits. And then I typically just honestly just randomly place the rest of these spells. It's not really necessary to use these spells, but it messes up my my future attacks if I don't use all my spells. So typically I'll just drop all of my spells, and then I just let it run. So on a base like this, I still got a 2-star, and I didn't even really try, so it's a good thing. I mean, you can just see how strong this attack is if you have good heroes. If you have good heroes, you could pretty much use any attack. And that's one of the benefits to rushing your base. I won't touch on that too much today. I'll save that for a different video. And I also already released a video as well going over those topics and subjects. So you can see I got 462 100,000 gold and 359,000 gold, and I didn't get that much dark elixir, plus I got the loot bonus. So I got a good amount of loot on one raid. And yeah, I mean, it's a super effective way to get a lot of gold quickly. You just keep using that barge, keep training it up, and you know, this works most effectively with good heroes, obviously. Is it necessary? No. I'll show you a different account. I'll come down here. I'm just using regular barbs in these lower leagues, but let's see if this. So I have a Town Hall 7 that I've been working on for my website. So I'm gonna take a little screenshot here real quick. Okay, I got that screenshot for my website, guys. Sorry about that. But I do have a Town Hall 7 here that I use and have been using to post pictures of my website. This is a completely 100% rushed account, and I go over why rushing is a very good thing on my website. Again, trying to stick on the subject here. But yeah, so on this account, let me donate myself some troops here real quick. Okay, got myself some donated troops. And then I'm gonna go back to the account, and then I'll show you my barb attack, strictly barbs on here. This strat, you know, just barbs doesn't really work all that well, but it's good for these lower leagues. Okay, this guy has a lot of gold, so I'm just gonna hit him. So in these lower leagues, I always bring 3 loons, and then I use the same strat, 8 fingers all the way around the base, and I just let it do its thing. Then that's it. And I mean, that's how you just have to use Barch or Queen Walk Barch, and that's how you're gonna get the most resources possible, and it's gonna help you accelerate through the game quicker, because time is of the essence in this game. So loot bonuses aren't really relevant. They're not going to help you get super, like, a lot amount of loot. I mean, this attack kind of failed. This base was, like, really strong. But staying in a higher league isn't going to help you get a lot of loot. It's not going to help you finish your heroes. It's just going to make the game all around harder for you, and why would you want to do that? In my personal opinion, I want to be spending as much time as possible on things that matter. So that was kind of a bad example of a good raid, but I mean, you guys get the gist. You want to be using Barch, and you want to be using it frequently, often. I mean, that's literally all I use, guys, and that's all I've been using for months is this attack strategy. So just use this attack strat. Just go and make sure you're in a good clan as well, so you can get troops donated to yourself, because they do help a little bit. The wall wreckers help create that funnel. But I'm gonna be bringing you guys some more content throughout the next couple of days. I just know this was a highly requested video. I do have my Twitch below, so twitch.tv/Timmy10inch is my name. Whether you think that's funny or not, I don't know. I think it's funny. I do stream Clash of Clans. I'm not 100% on streaming yet, but I do have a decent follower base. And if you want to join that community, I do give some good tips there as well. But if you have any questions, comments, anything, post it in the description below, and I'll help you guys out as much as I can. Until next time, peace.